Alrighty, everyone, and welcome to Extreme Sim TV's coverage of the Crowsnest F1 Series race number one from Kansas. It'll be your Kansas 150 here tonight, 150 laps around Kansas Motor Speedway. Of course, these F1 cars with a bunch of downforce. You're gonna turn in some quick lap times here tonight. So yeah, look forward to that. Alright, folks, so here's the lineup for tonight's show. I'm gonna let you watch a little bit of practice here, and I will be back here in about 10 or so minutes to talk with you, and we'll get ready for qualifying and the national anthem here coming up on Extreme Sim TV for the Crow's Nest F1 Series. But until then, enjoy some practice here with 23 minutes remaining in practice. Alright folks, we have looks like 11 or 12 minutes left in practice. Right now, Bud still out front. Fastest man in practice with a 25.868. Charles Johnson sitting in second. Jimmy Crow, 2, scored in third. Thomas back there in a fourth as well. Again, we will do 150 laps here in the Crowsnest F1 series. These cars typically don't run on ovals, so they have a lot of downforce. Expect to see that low line be the strong lane all night long. It's going to be very hard to make a pass on the outside due to the amount of downforce that you have on the bottom here at Kansas. Unlike the Cup car, which is a predominantly a high side car, this car you're able to pin this machine right to the bottom of the racetrack. So that does make a bit of a difference to how you approach the race here tonight. Let's take a look at your track facts for this evening. Alright, Kansas Motor Speedway is a 4-turn, 1.5 mile track. We will have a track temp of 65 degrees, air temp 65 as well. Wind speed is 2 miles an hour out of the south going into this evening. Alrighty folks, 10 minutes remaining in practice for all these guys to get it figured out. Again, the Crowsnest F1 Series will be a 5-week season kicking off here at Kansas Motor Speedway. So stick around guys, it's going to be a great night of action, and I'll be back with you here momentarily for the National Anthem. Alright, just as I predicted, we got confirmation. The third fastest lap in the race there for a moment. Now back to fourth was Jimmy Crow 2, driven by Miss Maria Crow, able to come out here. Great lap time, Maria. Fourth fastest on the board. You need to convince them to let you drive the car, Maria. I know you're not racing, but you need to convince them to. Come on, get in the driver's seat. Take it out there. Maria race. Maria race. Come on. Everybody in the chat, bug Maria to death till she drives. You've still got 7 minutes, Maria. You can do it. One of these days, I swear we're going to get Maria to race one of these races. It's going to happen. Peer pressure works, daggone it. I have folks 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in practice. As we're looking at the board right now, Bud's still on top of the leaderboard now. Man, Bud just a quick lap here early on, and well, a little bit later in practice, on his 21st lap, but nevertheless, a very fast lap. So 6 minutes 35 seconds remaining. We'll get ready to take you down for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll get ready for qualifying here for the Crowsnest F1 Series at Kansas for the Kansas 150. All right, we're back here. 3 minutes left in practice. Take a look, Bud sitting on pit road. Mike out here on track right now. Looks like we'll have around 17 cars to start tonight's event. Pretty strong field here in the F1 Series. Again, conventionally, these cars do not run ovals. It's a little bit different. You got to learn how to deal with these cars a little bit differently than you normally would. And it's going to be interesting to watch. We've seen a great race last Monday, and I expect nothing but the same here tonight. Crazy racing, crazy passes. I think last week we got somewhere in the neighborhood of 50-some lead changes. We'll see if we can break that record tonight here at Kansas. Two minutes and 53 seconds remains in practice. So we're going to get suited up here to go racing here in just a very few minutes. As always, I appreciate everyone for coming out and checking out the broadcast. and I look forward to seeing you down in the chat. I encourage all my viewers to chat down there. Some great people to talk to. You got Miss Maria Crow in chat. She can give you any type of information about the league you need. I'm sure she's more than willing to answer questions. Once again, that is Miss Maria Crow down in chat. Marie, Jimmy, and Jimmy Senior, all three of them really do a great job of making all this possible, and it should be a fun one. So 4 quick fixes here tonight. It's going to be interesting. You've got them if you need them. Hopefully we don't see that many yellows. 45% fuel. Marie over here, Miss Matt, and my little mathematician over here is telling me 45% on fuel. Fuel would be at least 4 stops. I tend to agree, maybe even 5, given the situation. Maria, you're awesome, by the way. Because I kind of done broke my calculator in that IndyCar race a couple weeks ago, so I'm still trying to repair the calculator that we broke for that fuel mileage race. But we're going to get ready to go racing here in less than a minute or so. We'll get qualifying underway. Then nothing left to do but the green flag on tonight's racing action. Should be fun here at Kansas. Definitely doing a good job, everybody out there getting their laps in, learning these cars, trying to figure out what they can do with them. Tire wear, I don't think is going to be a major issue here tonight, not on the F1 car. I think the tires will hold on pretty well. You won't have much problem with that. The only thing you will have a problem with in these cars is the aero push. Get in behind another car and they tend to get a little tight on you. Ten seconds remaining in practice. So we're going to get ready to go qualifying in one moment. Check it out on practice. Again, Bud gets the fastest lap with a 25.868. And we're going to get ready to qualify these cars now. Qualifying will begin. Take a look here at Bud whenever he comes out on track. Right there is Mike in that number 66 machine. Or excuse me, that's James there we're looking at. In that 76 machine. He'll go up to the high side much like you would do in a cup car, trying to build up the momentum. Heading down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1, he'll dive it off to the bottom of the racetrack. Holding it nice and low off the exit into turn 2. Down the back straightaway now. James Brooks headed for the start-finish line, and we'll see what he turns here. Across the stripe. James Brooks currently third with a 26.897. Right now on the pole position. Charles Johnson there in that number 7 machine. Out of turn number 4, we'll see if he can best his lap of a 26.776. And he does. 26.504. And now James Brooks to the top of the board with a 26.473. But still rolling out on track now. He was your fastest car in practice. Oh, he aborts the lap. He jumps out of the throttle. He must have felt something he didn't like. Aborts the lap. He'll come back down. I see what the issue is. He missed the blue line there, exited pit road. A very easy mistake to make, because it will give you a black flag if you jump out onto the track like that during qualifying. Craig White to the top of the board, 26.473. That's a 26.473. Let's wait and see if Bud comes back out right now, setting seventh. 26.572. James Ledford has still not taken a time in that number 8 machine. Neither has Dave Lane, Michael Spell, Benjamin, Larry, Ledford, Brent, Tom, or Timothy, and Tom. All those cars have not taken time yet. Nine cars out of the, I believe, 17 cars here has took a time. Everybody else has not posted one as of yet, and right now no one on track either to attempt to. Wait and see if anybody attempts to make a lap here with less than a minute to go. Time winding down. Craig right now on top of the board. James Brooks sitting in second. Charles Johnson third. Nobody really trying to make a move to dive back out to the racetrack. They may be done qualifying here with 58 seconds remaining. All right, and I believe everybody else is going to choose not to qualify. That way they can start near the rear. And I'll be right back with you here on Extreme Sound My TV. Alrighty, folks, we're back. We'll get you down for the Norton graphics. Starting a lineup on the inside the front row. Craig White gets the pole. James Brooks scored second. Starting in row 2, Charles Johnson on the inside in third. Ron outside in fourth. Starting in row number 3 on the inside, starting fifth, that's going to be Douglas. Outside of Thomas. Starting in sixth. Starting on row number 4 on the inside, the fastest man in practice, Bud Steele, alongside Harold there in 8th. Starting inside the row number 5 in that 9th position, Mike Morrison. Outside in scored in 11th. That's kind of odd. It's going to be Tom. Maybe someone didn't make it in there. In row number 6, James Ledford inside, Brent on the outside. Starting in row number 7, Timothy on the inside, Larry on the outside. And row number 8, Michael Spell on the inside and Dwight on the outside. That'll be 17th. And starting 18th on the inside, Dave Lane. 19th is Jimmy Crow, who is up in the tower. And starting in 20th will be Benjamin. And that will round out your field here tonight for the Crowsnest IndyCar, or excuse me, the Crowsnest F1 Series. Used to say an IndyCar, and they kind of get used to the F1 side of things. All right, we're getting ready to go green flag racing here at Kansas. 150 laps on tap here tonight in the Crowsnest F1 Series. Out of turn number 4, we'll get ready to go green flag racing.
Green, green, green.
Green in the air, and we're underway here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Nice even start as the field works their way into turn number 1. The battle now up front. Craig there in that 3 machine trying to hang on to the lead. He'll drop back to second. Or excuse me, Craig will hang on to the lead. Brooks drops back to third. Charles Johnson immediately jumps up to second. Now Charles getting a big run out of turn number 4, trying to make it work on the bottom. Can't get there. Already lap number 1 in the books. Here comes Charles Johnson on the inside. He's going to have a car right there with him. Working the bottom. James Brooks in that 76 machine. Up to P2 now. Here we go. Down the front straightaway once again. Johnson takes over the lead. Brooks in second. Thunder into turn number 1 once again. Now side by side for a second. Oh, just a little bit of a run there on the outside. Is though kind of a little squirrely there for 4th and 5th. Going to be Bud up there right in the mix now. Out of turn number 2, everybody will draft back up. Try to get it worked back out. Here comes Thomas trying to make the outside work on James Brooks. Side by side. Holy cow, he's going to try to make it work. He kind of slipped just a little bit. Thomas not really able to hold the momentum up there. 5 out of 150 complete already. Thomas has got a bunch of cars right on his back bumper. Bud's still there sitting in 4th, trying to follow the inside line to get away around. And right behind Bud is Douglas. Right behind him also is Ron. Top 6 right here under a blanket as they work through turns 1 and 2. Headed down the back straightaway now. Well, that looks like Douglas. I may have got that wrong, but I believe that's Douglas there on the outside there in the lima green machine. 6 laps out of 150 already in the books. Douglas gets his way up into 4th. Bud Steele now back to 5th. Cars all over the racetrack. Charles Johnson leads the way. Nobody able to make a run at him now, but they're side by side, second on back. James Brooks able to make the pass back up to P2. Oh, nearly contact there around the 4th position. That's Douglas, I believe, there on the inside. Or excuse me, that's the 5th position. And that was Ron on the inside. Now down the front straightaway, those fan out once again. Now looks like it's going to be Craig in the 3 working his way back up into 5th. James Brooks up there in third, trying to hang on to that third position. Bud Steele in fourth. Bud working the outside line now, trying to make something happen up there as well. Here comes Bud Steele. He'll drop back in the line now. Nobody can get that outside line, I don't think, to work. Just as I say that, Thomas now. He'll jump outside of Chris, trying to make the outside lane work. And just, nope, can't do it. Here comes James Brooks. Come up and cover that spot on the bottom. 10 laps already complete here tonight at 150. Here at Kansas Motor Speedway for the Kansas 150 in the Crowsnest F1 Series. All right, folks, we're going to go crank it up here from Kansas for one moment. Just as we went for a crank it up, we have got a massive incident down here in 1 and 2. Multiple cars in the wall. Holy cow. Looks like that is the 52 machine up on his side. We'll go back and take a look and see if we can see what happened here. Oh, some contact up in front of them, and they all just, oh my goodness. Holy cow, on his top like a, man, he was spinning on his top like a spinner or something. We'll go back and see if we can figure out where the contact initially happened. As I headed towards, say, a little contact there with the Red Bull car, and that looks like Harold there in the 44, spinning both of them around. Mike Morrison working his way through it. Dave Lane gets through it. The white okay. Looks like that is Tom there, all torn up. Bud Steele has made it through it clear. So an incident here early, and we're all going to head to pit road, and we're going to get ready to send them back out here momentarily. So here we go, a little bit different fuel strategy as Douglas is staying out lap 13. Or lap 13 is when they come down. Everybody else, though, for the most part, I believe, is hit pit road. Taking a look here. Indeed, everybody but Douglas was able to come down, take fuel and tires. Keep in mind, 4 fast repairs here tonight. So a couple of cars already using their fast repair early on in this one. Definitely not going to help them out much, but hey, it's still early. If you can keep the car clean, you should be all right. And we'll get ready to turn them back loose here. 14 completed out of 150. Let me take a look at that for you, Miss Maria. Okay, Miss Maria, can you see the top 3 there? Okay, let's see here. There you go, Miss Maria. Sorry about that. I had the top 3 pulled up, and I didn't have the bottom ticker going for you. All right, 15 out of 150 complete. Lots on the iRacing pace car. And we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here momentarily. Alright, we'll have to go back out on the iRacing pace car. Douglas will lead the way. Thomas there in second. James Brooks will restart third. Charles Johnson back and fourth. Fifth is going to be Tom back here as well. Bud Steele, Bud Steele is going to be scored at fifth as they're still working it out. Tom up there on the outside in sixth for this restart. Working their way down the back straightaway again. 16 out of 150 already in the books. We should see your I'll get you your next round of pit stops number here in one moment. Next round of estimated stops around lap number 61. And we're going to go green flag racing once again.
Green flag, green flag.
Here at Kansas. Green is back in the air. Douglas able to stomp on the gas. He'll pull a gap just a little bit over Thomas. See Thomas there getting a big run now. You'll see he'll try to shoot to the outside most likely. But we haven't seen that outside line work all night long. But don't tell Bud Steele that. He jumps out and gains a spot. Now trying to gain second. He'll have to probably pull back in line and get some more momentum build up though. Hanging on to third. But that right there it is. He lost all of his momentum. That's going to allow Charles to make the move back on the bottom. And move James, to make the move on the bottom. Move Bud back a position. Here comes Charles, also on the bottom. Now Bud back to fifth position. And he may lose a spot here to Tom as well. Man, you get out there on the outside line and you get hung out and you just go straight back. Tom, though, holy cow, nearly getting in the wall. Tom's car just took off entering the corner of turn one, nearly getting up in the fence. All right, we'll go take a look. Miss Rachel out there back in 19th position. She just got in the lobby, unfortunately couldn't make the start. She's going to be, looks like 17 down. But you never know. If she just stays out there and keeps running, she may gain some positions. Highly unfortunate she wasn't able to make the start of the race. Meanwhile, back in the top 12, right here is Craig running in 12th. He's going to dive under Harold, try to take a position away, and will do so. 22 out of 150 as we got two distinct packs here of cars. Michael Spell up here in 9th. And that number 90 machine on the bottom. Or excuse me, number 88 machine on the bottom. Mr. Spell. Dave Lane right there in front of him in 7th. And that is your second pack. And then the top 6 up here by themselves. You see a lot of shuffling around up here. Charles Johnson on the outside trying to make something happen. He's going to fall back. They just cannot get that outside line to move. They've got a couple of cars up there now trying to make it work. But man, oh man, that outside is just no good tonight. You go up there and you just lose all your momentum. Here comes Thomas. Definitely turning into a track position race. Thomas trying to make that move for the lead now. Yeah, right now you basically just got to guard the bottom of the racetrack. Do not give up the bottom at any cost. And you should be in good shape. Johnson now getting shuffled back a few positions. Got out there on the high side and got shuffled back. And this has got to be frustrating for these drivers because they can't make a move. You go outside, you lose position. A little close action right there behind them. Bud's still back there. They're starting to lose the contact with the front. All right, everybody back in line as everything is smoothing back out up front. 27 out of 150 complete. Douglas leading the way. Thomas sits in second. Again, 6 cars here in this front pack. And they're probably just content to sit here and ride for a while. We'll go back and take a look at your second pack, led by Dave Lane. Craig back there with him in the 3 car. $29 and $150 in the books here tonight. And we're going to attempt to crank it up here once again. And I'll be back with you here in a few laps.
The yellow flag is out.
And once again, yellow out just as we go to crank it up. Craig making some contact there. Looks like with Dave Lane. They go into turn 3 and 4. Dave slides up the racetrack. A little bit of contact, that just moves Craig right up into the fence. He comes to a complete stop here at lap 30, but that brings out the yellow once again. Everybody will get back around to the pace car. All right, yellow flag at number 2 here on the evening, lap number 31. And a little stranger, Douglas, heading down pit road, but I'm not exactly sure pits were open that time by. And he's going really, really, really slow. And might have an issue here on your leader. He's going to head toward his box, though. We'll have to get timing and scoring. We'll have to get that figured out. Yellow number 2 on the evening, 32 out of 150. Alright, folks, I am going to step away to the booth for one moment, and we'll be back for your green flag and your restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Alright, I'm back. It's green. That flag just went out in the air. Your leader, Thomas, off that little bit of off sequence stops. Thomas, now your leader. Bud still second. James Brooks third. A 34 complete out of 150. Look at the battle here for second. James Brooks underneath of Bud Steele, trying to grab the position. And James will move himself back up into second. Bud trying to take it back on the high side, but we've just seen all night long the high side's not really working for him. Trouble now as Bud Steele gets involved. Bud Steele hard in the wall. Oh, James Brooks and Bud Steele, a little bit of contact. Go back and take a look at it. They went in through the corner. And Bud just, James, maybe a little net code. Charles Johnson gets caught up in it. He goes up and over. Bud Steele up and over as well. And Yellow right back out on the speedway here. 37 on 150. Complete. Bud limping that car around on the bottom. Bud still getting caught up there with Charles Johnson. Both those cars heavily torn up. Again, they do have fast repairs, but it just, man, it sucks. I hate to see anybody in this issue. And yeah, it looked like Charles got tight on the bottom there. Maria pushed up. Just got a little arrow tight. And I believe there may have been some net coating involved as well. Making contact, and there it went. Couple of cars now on pit road. Looks like that's Thomas coming down. Couple more with him. Bale stays out. Timothy's going to stay out. Dwight stays out. James Brooks coming off pit road. So your top three staying out here. Lap number 38. .38 of 150 in the books here tonight. And this, I believe, is our third yellow of the evening. Heavily unfortunate there for Bud Steele and Charles Johnson. Both those guys were really good guys, and just heavily unfortunate they got caught up in that. And we'll see if we can get a word in with Bud Steele right quick before we go back to yellow, or back to green flag racing here. Let's see, lights are still on the pace car, so we'll see if we can get hold of Bud here in the booth.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Bud, it's Matt, but down here in the booth, you got a copy on Bud? Let's try one more time. Hey Bud, it's Matt up here in the booth, you got a copy on me? Don't think Bud is there.
User was moved out of your channel.
Let's see if we can get a hold of Spale.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey Michael, it's Matt up in the booth. You got a copy on me, buddy?
I sure do, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. All right, you're leading the way, and it looks like the high side out there tonight's not the place to be, buddy.
No, I think hugging that bottom is seems like the best thing right now, anyway. Unless you got somebody to work with you out there and you can do some slingshot, and I think just hugging that bottom is the fast way around.
Well, Kansas is a very interesting track for these cars, isn't it?
Yeah, but Dave Lane that does our setups, I mean, he did a fantastic job. This thing, it handles real well here. We haven't had a long enough run yet to see what it's going to do on older tires, but it's really hugging the track real well.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, I see you're about to go back green here in a minute, so I'll let you go, and the best of luck to you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, that was your leader, Michael Spell, leading the way. We'll go green on back green flag racing, 41 of 150 here tonight. Through a turn to 1 and 2. Alright, we're going to go back green and flag racing. Michael Spell will lead them down.
Green
Timothy
flag, green
Wright
flag.
on the outside. Green is in the air once again. Big momentum there from fourth for James Brooks trying to get up there. Michael able to hold the bottom. Timothy trying to make something happen on the high side. Timothy maybe getting up to speed might be able to clear Spell. And he does so. Timothy Wright to the lead from the outside. First time we've seen that all night long. Across the stripe, that'll make 5 lead changes on the evening. And here comes Michael. We just talked about the bottom being the place to be. Now they're up to speed. He just stalls out up there. Once you get up to speed, it's very hard to make it happen. He's going to try it through 3 and 4. Not going to happen. But look to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Mr. Thomas on the apron. He has to lift. Whoa, boy. Oh, holy cow. Thomas ended up completely on the apron. Had to lift out of it. A little crazy out there. Already 43 of 150 complete. That killed every bit of Thomas's momentum there. Having to lift out of the throttle on the apron on 1 and 2. Back down the front straightaway to put 43 in the books. Mr. Jimmy Crow Jr., if you're watching, man, now you got to get in bed to go to work tomorrow. Remember, you can't do what you did last week. I kept you up all night. Get you some rest, buddy. Okay, I'll rephrase that. The race kept you up all night last week. But and we're going to go back up front. Timothy leading the way. Brooks second. Michael Spell setting in third as he lost the lead on that start. And has now dropped back to third position. But everybody kind of getting down in line once again. As they accordion off a turn at number 2. Dave Lane back here in fourth. The White in fifth. On the bottom, making a pass on Thomas. Thomas still back here in that 6th position. A lot of battling back here in the pack. Thomas now able to get back up into 5th. Momentarily now trying to go for 4th. maybe he's able to figure something out on the outside line. If somebody can figure that out, they can do really well. If everybody's right around the bottom line here. But we've seen that arrow push get people in trouble earlier. You got to watch out for that. You're going to get down next to their right side wheel. Thomas not really able to make the move right now. He'll drop back in line as well. Alright, single file back up front. Well, we're going to try to give you a crank it up here. Never mind, we got a battle for the lead. Timothy up there on the high side, as it looks like James Brooks has got underneath him and is going to clear, or excuse me, that's Charles. I believe that is Charles Johnson there in that gold car. Not a battle for the lead, but that does shove Timothy out of line. He does a good job of getting back down and protecting. Nice move there from Timothy. There is Charles Johnson up there in front of the pack. Right now, 2 laps down. He's trying to keep them going 3 down. Now Timothy getting stuck on the high side. Left the door open there for Thomas. And Thomas is going to stick that nose right on through and pick up the lead here late in this one, or 51 laps into this one. Thomas to the top of the board. You know. Thomas to the lead now. Right, setting in that, right there in second. He'll jump to the high side. And if you'll watch here, it looks like Thomas is going to take the draft off of Charles Johnson. More than happy to sit right there in behind him. Work that draft, save a little fuel, and hang on to that lead as Timothy's getting all kinds of pressure by James Brooks below him. Now up front still, Thomas hanging on to the lead. The battle now for second as James and Timothy go at it. Michael Spell has not been able to recover from that start on that restart. He lost the lead, lost some track position. Having a little bit of trouble with recovering it right now. Everybody will jump back in the line. Timothy back to third, James Brooks to second. And your leader right now is Thomas. Everybody again try to get back in line. Just kind of ride around here for a little bit. 55 of 150 going to be in the books this time. Bye. Co-commentator Daisy the Cat in the booth with us. Trying to chew on everything she can. So about how it goes a normal night here on Extreme at Sim TV. 56 of 150 complete. And we will try once again, possibly, for a crank it up here on Extreme Sim TV. back here with the battle for the lead brewing here with James Brooks in second. But I tell you what, everybody is spread out behind them. A couple of cars on the high side. Harold up there as well in the 44. Brent trying to make it work as well. Everybody kind of working their way down the back straightaway. Michael Spell trying to get back up in the position. Michael will work his way into fifth as some lap cars get passed by here. Thomas up there as your leader, sitting right behind Charles Johnson, who's currently 2 laps down, trying to hang on to that. Don't want to lose anymore. And we should be nearing your green flag pit stop pretty soon here for your leaders. Alright. So, we're at lap 62. Early on I said 65. I kind of think they'll make it 70, 75 here. But we will have to wait and see. Or excuse me, that was before the last yellow, so it could be longer than that. Could be more around 70, 85, I believe. If my math is correct. Maria, you can roast me in the chat, in the comments if my math is just horribly off. But I believe 80. Kind of lost track there for a moment. Thomas leading the way. James Brooks in second. Coming to complete lap number 64. Alright, let's play a game down in the comments section. This game is called How Far Off is the Broadcaster's Fuel Mileage? I say lap 80, 85. Put your guess in the comments section. Thomas leading the way. James Brooks in second. Trying to make something happen. Timothy right there in third. Michael Spell running fourth. Get a couple of lap cars mixed in here with the top cars. There is Spell trying to get up to Timothy now. Try to get that third position. Timothy now a little dive that may it does signal to pit. Well, let's see. I don't think so, not this early, but that was definitely trying to break the draft. Everybody pretty much single file up front. We'll go back through your field here momentarily. James Ledford back here in the 10th position in that 8 machine, leading this pack of 3 cars. Or excuse me, Ledford trailing the top 3 cars. And that's going to be Craig and Dwight there right in front of him. And on back in the pack, Charles Johnson, of course, trying to hang on at 2 laps down. Larry also 2 laps down. Bud still 2 down. Ron 1 down. And right now Douglas also a lap down. And then Benjamin, the last car on your lead lap here at lap numbers, coming to complete 69, going to lap 70. now up front. Thomas able to hang on. Setting in line there with Charles. James Brooks doing everything he can to close that gap. You just can't really make the move to the outside. Cars tonight just not supporting it. You can do all you can as a driver, but if it won't stick, it won't stick. James Brooks and Timothy, both those guys trying to draft together here to maybe make a move on your leader. The complete lap number 74. Thomas, man, just doing a great job setting in there, cradled in behind Charles. Not really doing anything crazy. Use the draft to your advantage. Really all you need to do in this situation. The 75 going to be in the books this time by. Getting closer to that lap 80 number. See if I'm correct on fuel mileage. Probably not, to be honest. Kind of lost track on fuel there for a minute. Definitely not something you want to do if you're driving one of these things, because it can get you in trouble in a hurry. The fuel mileage is one of them things that can be hard to calculate sometimes. Especially with these guys in a single file draft the way they're doing it right now. A little bit of side-by-side action, a little deeper in the pack. Craig up there trying to make something happen on the high side. Right with Harold, but it's so hard to get any momentum up there. '77 goes in the books, are still trying. But you never know what can happen here late in this one. Maybe we can get that outside groove working into the car up there. Oh boy. Harold got on the apron, nearly lost it. We've seen that white line cause problems multiple times, but actually I believe that was a lap down car that got around him. Look at the difference in speed. Trying to get a number on that car. I believe it is a lap down car. Benjamin there, the last car on the lead lap. Indeed, I believe Douglas back here in 13th. Right here is Mike in 12th. Bud way back as well. So what we're seeing now, Michael Spell right now in 5th and 4th. Timothy in 3rd, but them top two have kind of checked out, along with Charles Johnson. A little bit of push to the back bumper of Spell there going down the back straightaway. That lime green machine. Lap number 80 in the books. Mostly single file up front right now. A little bit of action here as Harold jumps to the outside. trying to get by this lap car to get up to spell, but he just cannot make it work up there. Coming up on 83 of 150. Oh, some check up there as Timothy goes to pit road. Timothy heads down pit road. Lap number 83. That should put him. His next stop should be around 128, which puts him well within the final stop distance. Matter of fact, I think everybody here can make it one more stop. Now your front two of Brooks and Thomas. We'll see when they stop. Not this time by, they're going to stay out a little further. Now, right there, you see Thomas dive to pit road. And a couple more cars, and we got a car around at the entrance to pit road. And unfortunately, it looks like Harold got caught up in it. We'll go take a look. Yep, right there, and Harold, a little damage. Craig was the one that locked it up and went sideways coming on pit road. No caution. A little incident here entering pit road here where green flag stops. Now James Brooks out front behind Charles Johnson. Lap number 86. Ledford right now in second. Everyone should be able to make it one more stop whenever they choose to come down. Lap number 87 will go in the books this time, Bob. Brooks now on the apron and nice smooth stop. Brooks will bring it down this time by. We'll go check out Ledford, who's currently scored second. And now he's on pit road. Here comes Thomas coming to take it back over that P2 position. A little bit of drama there during green flag pit stop. But this should cycle back around to Thomas with the lead. As they work their way across the stripe once again. Brooks right now coming on to turn number 1 and 2. See where Thomas is at in relation. Here comes Thomas. He's getting a big draft down the back straightaway. There's Brooks heading into 3 and 4. Matter of fact, I think Brooks is going to hang on. And he indeed will. And yellow's out on the speedway. It looks like Charles Johnson, maybe? No. Trying to look for the car in trouble here. Oh man, that is Ron. Having issues down in turn number 1. Yellow out, lap number 89. And he's on the apron, and oh, yep, the apron got him. Around he goes, 360 hard in the wall. Brings out the yellow once again here at lap number 89. And that will do that. I don't think anybody will come down here because they're not in their stop window yet. James Brooks will be your leader, and we'll be right back here on Extreme SM TV. Alright, as we get ready to go back green at flag racing, we'll go green on the lap number 93. Thomas will be scored in second.
Green flag, green flag.
Alright guys, as we're back here, 94 complete. The white out front here. Leading the way right now, Thomas right there in P2. $76 out of 150 complete. So to what everybody, why I kind of disappeared there, but it was a, well, how old is she? Like a couple weeks old? Aaliyah. So guys, I had a couple week old baby decide she wanted to see me on FaceTime, and she decided she was going to sit here and watch the Crowsnest race for a minute. So how about that, starting them out early and doing it right with the Crowsnest. Get her into sim racing when she gets older, that way she can drive her mommy crazy. Alright, back to the action, 97 complete. Up front, Mr. Dwight leading the way, Thomas in second. James Brooks running third. Everybody in line here getting later and later in this one. Dwight doing a good job holding a nice steady line. He's got Thomas and James right there with him. James Brooks and James Ledford up in that top five. Dave Lane running fifth. Dave Lane just hanging on in that fifth position. You got Timothy T. Bright back here in sixth. Everybody once again having a little bit of problems getting that outside line to work. 101 out of 150 complete. Coming up, less than coming up to 48 to go this time by. Can anybody make a move on Dwight? Will we have another incident? Stay tuned to find out. James Brooks too back there in third, trying to mount an effort, get up there to the back bumper of Thomas. Trying to get a little push there through the air. I really think it's going to take more than one car to make that outside lane work. As we start inching down here towards the end. In the line, they are 104 out of 150 complete. The fastest lap of the race goes to Timothy, back on lap 60 with a 25.856. Again, that's a 25.856. And we'll cross the stripe. 105 in our books. This time by 45 laps to go. Has anybody got anything for that leader, Dwight? We've seen the leaders up front. As long as they held the bottom, it was very tough to get around them. But Thomas trying to make up the ground. Again, most of these cars have one more stop to make. And they'll be in their fuel window here very shortly. Matter of fact, they are as of now. They can go roughly 45 laps on a tank of fuel. So anybody stopping from this point forward should be able to make it on this fuel run to the very end. Dwight up front once again. Thomas second. James Brooks third. James Ledford fourth. Dave Lane fifth. Timothy T. Wright sixth. Seventh, Michael Snell. Eighth, Mike Morrison. Ninth is back here is Benjamin. And 10th is Brent. Top 10 still on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down. Bud still trying to get it back up there as he is desperately trying to get back on the lead lap. 107 in the books. This time by, you're the leader. Dwight there just ran a 26.307. A little bit off of the fastest lap of the race, as the pace has fallen just a little bit here. So we're going to keep rolling on. Down in the front straightaway they come. We'll take a look at your race statistics here momentarily. Alright, fastest lap of the race so far, 25.856. Fastest mile per hour, 212 miles per hour. 4 cautions for 13 caution laps, 9 elite changes, and the average lap time of a 26.289. This race flying by already. As this time by, we'll see 40 to go. 40 to go from the flagman. When we come back around to the start-finish line, Dwight up front, leading the way, trying to hang on. He's got all kinds of pressure. He's got Thomas there. He's got James there. James Ledford up there as well. Dave Lane up there. Timothy T. Wright. Right there in that top 6. Anything can happen as we continue here tonight. And we're going to sneak one more, crank it up in here for you this evening. And I'll be back with you to the finish. And we have trouble. Timothy T. White right around. Oh man. Darren, crank it up here. A little bit of trouble. Timothy comes out of the corner. And oh, just a bumper hook. Holy cow. That car got sent hard into the wall. Car completely destroyed. He's going to be on pit road. Getting a tow. He'll go a lap down. Yellow will be out here lap 1 at 14. And your leader is Dwight. We'll see if we can get a word with him here in one moment. Alright, we're going to hold on that interview. They're going to come down. And this should be their final stop of the evening. 114 of 150 complete. Everyone on pit road. James Brooks looks like he's going to lead the way off of pit road. Wow, nice stop for James. We'll see if we can get a word with him here in a moment.
User was moved to your channel.
Mr. Brooks, it's Matt up in the booth. You got a copy of me, buddy?
I sure do.
Alrighty, man, you come out. Looks like you're going to be scored as a leader. We've seen all night. Nobody really can get this high line to work. So it's the plan, just kind of keep the car right around the bottom.
Plan is to get a good restart. I had the lead under the last one and I couldn't make it stick. And then Dwight somehow passed both of us on the outside. So I don't know how he did that. Nitrous, I guess.
Might have those Fast and Furious cars or something with nitrous oxide.
You got it.
Alrighty, so how frustrating is it out there having a one-groove track and trying to make your way back up through the pack when you do drop back? It's just kind of hard to get anything done.
Yeah, you got to be patient and then watch out because I had a lot of people you barely have enough room between you and the car in front of you. And guess what? They're going down into it. So to avoid wrecks, you have to really be aware.
Alrighty, well, it looks like by the time we go right back, green flag racing will be just over 30 laps to go. So, I mean, you know, as much as you want to plan, there's really not a plan for something like this, is there?
No, I just got to get a good restart, hit that, and then see where the chips fall.
Alrighty, buddy, with the best of luck to you there, man.
Thank you very much.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, Brooks leading the way. We'll go green and flag racing somewhere around lap 118 here. Just north of 30 laps to go here from Kansas. We'll double up behind the iRacing base car. We'll get ready to go back green and flag racing. Brooks up front, Thomas second, James the third, Dave the fourth. That is going to be your top four here. Late race restart here on Extreme Sim TV for the Crowsnest F1 series. Will be coming your way for the next 4 weeks after tonight on Extreme Sim TV Monday nights, 8:30 Eastern, right here on the channel. Looking forward to it each and every week. And we're going to go green flag racing. 118 will go up on the board. Let's see if Brooks can hang on to the lead on the bottom. Oh, Brooks again with the trouble on the restart. And look at Thomas jump out to the lead. Brooks is going to get a major pull. He's going to try to get back to the outside, maybe. Not going to happen as that run's going to stall out. Thomas has got the lead. Right now up into third, James Ledford trying to make it happen on the outside. And then that car will stall out up here. He'll have to jump back in line. This last lap coming up could be crazy. I'm telling you, if you're time it out perfectly, make a move. 20 laps to go next time, or 30 to go next time by. Lap 120 and 150 getting ready to go in the books. Brooks in second. Thomas first. Ledford third. Dave Lane fourth. Michael Fell fifth. Michael alongside looks like Mike on that highway. Mike drifting back. Not what you really want to be doing. You want to be moving forward at this point. Mike now going to lose another position. It looks like Bud's been able to get back on the lead lap. He's got that lap back finally. Now he's trying to inch his way towards the lead. One at 22. Everybody should be fine on fuel. Bud's still back there in the middle of the pack trying to work his way up through on the bottom. Bud being scored right now in ninth position. Side by side out of turn at number 2. Everybody's going to stack up. We're going to have a big run on the outside. Mike able to get a huge run up to P2. But he's going to fall off. As you see now, the drafting becoming more and more aggressive. Oh, nearly contact there. Brooks and Mike doing wheel-to-wheel contact. They both hang on. Look at Mike trying to really work that outside line to get up there beside Thomas. Wow, they're really pinching each other down. Next time by, we'll see 25 laps to go. Down the back straightaway once again. James Brooks sitting there in second. Mike falling back. With 20 laps to go here, we got trouble back in the pack. Dave Lane involved. Holy cow. Let's take a look here. Brent right back here with Dave. And just a little bit of contact. And oh my goodness. Huge incident out of turn 4. Or excuse me. And that brought the yellow out once again with 25 to go. So a yellow again on the speedway. We'll look to see if your leader heads down pit road this time. Or if he'll elect to stay out. I really think everybody will stay out here. I don't see any real advantage coming down and taking tires right now. Well, Maria, what do you think about this race so far? Down in the chat room. Thomas out front. Brooks second. 27. Working the lap 127 here. Under yellow once again. Now Thomas is going to have to hang on to the lead. He'll have Brooks to his outside. We've seen Thomas get the lead away from Brooks the last restart. And with this one coming so late in the race, you definitely don't want to give up the lead now. Lights still on that Irish pace car. Alright, lights off on the Irish pace car. Once again, we'll get ready to go green and flag racing. 21 laps to go when we get the green here this time by. Oh, Maria, who's your pick to win this one? On the front row, you're going to have Thomas on the bottom. James restarting on the outside. Michael Spell in third. Mike Morrison back in fourth. Fifth, James Ledford at sixth to White. Seventh, Benjamin. And sixth will be Bud, excuse me. Actually, I think Bud's going to end up scored fifth, and then Mike sixth. So we're going to get ready to go green and flag racing once again. Up front, we'll get ready to go green here. Let's see if Thomas can hang on to that lead. Late race restart time. Into the restart box. Green flag is out. James, good restart on the outside. Can James take advantage in 1 and 2? He'll try to pinch Thomas down. Side by side out of turn number 2 is not going to work. James has to dive down back in the line. They've got quite a gap back to third. Michael Spell. Here we go. Cross the stripe. Bud still up to third. Bud making a charge on the outside line. 20 laps to go. He'll draw even with James Brooks now for second. Here comes Bud Steele. He'll drop into third place. He'll pull back out of the line now, try to carry the momentum. Bud doing everything he can, trying to make up ground. 19 to go. Nearly close racing between Spell and Bud. Steele back in third. Bud now jumps back out to the outside groove. Here we go down the front straight there. Bud on the high side. Spell on the bottom. Bud gets by. He'll try to make a pass there for second. Once again, he'll draw even now with Brooks. He'll have the momentum down the back straightaway. He's got a couple of cars up there with him now. He's trying to make it work. He's trying to clear for P2. And Bud will clear now for P2. Now going for P1. He'll draw even. Thomas on the bottom, Bud on the outside, and he lost his help. Oh, some tight racing back for second. As Dwight dropped down to the bottom, left Bud hanging on the high side. 17 laps to go. Bud had a good run with help from Dwight. And Dwight kind of bailed on him at the last minute. Oh, but Dwight, look at Bud. Look at the momentum through the throttle once again. Using that high side, trying to carry the momentum. 16 to go. Bud up there really trying to make it work. He'll drop down about a half a lane. Meanwhile, Dwight up into P2. He comes to the back bumper of Thomas, gives Thomas a shove out. Plumb clear of Bud. Bud now jumped down in behind Dwight into third. James Brooks running fourth. 15 out of 15 laps to go here. Bud has come back from a lap down to be within the top 5 here. Now trying to make something happen. Nearly 3 wide there for third. Thomas, though, able to kind of check out a little bit. Brooks to his back bumper. Coming to 13 laps to go. $13 to go this time by for the F1 Crowsnest F1 series. Only on Extreme Sim TV. As Bud has fallen back now to around the 7th position on that high side. He had all that momentum and it just all died out on him. Thomas now just holding the bottom line, trying to hold him back there with 12 to go. Rolling down the back straightaway. Everybody to the bottom of the racetrack once again. It's going to be a parade around the apron now. They're trying to hold their position. Wait till the last possible second to make a move. 11 laps to go. Now 11 laps to go here. Thomas out front, trying to hang on. He's going to have Brooks in his back bumpers. They're side by side now for second. Here comes Dwight on the high side. He's got a little bit of help. Bud still back up there. Bud able to gather up, get some momentum. Now he's going to be the pusher. He'll take it 3 wide for second. Bud all the way up near the wall trying to make it work. Again, the momentum dies out. We're coming to 9 to go. They're going to get around Thomas. They're all going to have to kind of work together, I have a feeling. Brooks, Steele, all these, Dwight, all these guys are going to have to work together to get around Thomas. Right now, he's in solid control as they come to 8 laps to go. 8 more times around here in the Crowsnest F1 series. James Brooks still trying to figure out how to get that outside line to work. Again, if the yellow comes out with less than 5 laps to go, that's going to be the race. You got to keep that in mind as well. As we come to 7 laps to go. Now Thomas out front. Brooks peeks out. Brooks trying to come up with something. The momentum's got to come from back there somewhere, I do believe. As now Mr. Looks to me like Harold out there on the high side, or on the inside, trying to push Bell back up to third as he's getting challenged by Dwight on the outside. Dwight now losing his momentum. 6 laps to go. Coming to 5 this time by. If you're Brooks, you got to be thinking of what do I need to do, as they're all stacked up behind them. Nobody making a move just yet. Coming to 4 to go now. Thomas on the bottom. Trying just to hang on. James right there with him. 4 to go. This time by at the stripe. We got a car diving on the apron. Not going to happen. Not going to be able to make it work. 4 laps to go. Thomas out front. Brooks second. Third right now, Spell. Nobody really able to make a move as they're coming to 3 laps to go. Spell kind of he's going to have to jump back in or he may lose third, as he's going to have Dwight on the bottom. 3 laps to go. Oh, trouble. And that's going to do it. We got a car upside down. Yellow flag waves. I seen a car go upside down. And that is going to do it. With less than 5 to go, that will bring out the final yellow. As they went down into turn 1, oh, just a little bit of contact. Charles Johnson gets turned around. And that brought out the final yellow. Hard into the wall. Man, oh man. Yellow out here with less than 2 to go now. They work their way down the back straightaway. Under yellow, they'll be coming to see the white flag, and it'll be one more time around. Your official scoring as they cross the stripe is going to be Thomas leading the way, and James Brooks second, Spell third, as long as everybody makes it around without running out of fuel, which they should have plenty of fuel on board to run one more lap. Under yellow here, white and yellow flag waves one more time around on final lap as we're under a caution here for the F1 at Crowsnest Series. Thomas going to walk away at the win as long as he can make it back around. Working their way down the back straightaway. Again, a yellow flag out here late, and this one's going to bring it to a close. Is ahead for turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag will be waving for Thomas when he comes back around. He will be your winner. As we come down the front straightaway, Thomas is going to walk away with the win here. Thomas Acreage with the win in the Kansas 150. For the Crowsnest F1 Series, scored second, James Brooks. Third, Michael Spell. And we'll get your winner down here momentarily.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Thomas, it's Matt up in the booth. You got a buddy copy on me there, bud?
Oh, yes, sir, I do.
Alrighty, man. You held on for the win, dude. What was it like running the bottom line there, the closing laps, trying to
tell you,
keep everybody behind you?
My heart pounding, and I think 85% of that race I was running in the mirror, trying to keep them from getting a run on me and just holding that line down the bottom, man. Whew. Feels good, though. My heart is pounding still.
That was a little bit crazy, man. You did a nice job. You got the lead. You ran the bottom, was preferred group all night long. It was really hard for anybody to get a run on the high side. You did a great job here tonight.
Thanks, man. I want to thank Crowsnest for putting this on. It's a lot of fun, and looking forward to it in the future. Thank you, man.
And no problem, buddy. You led 75 laps here tonight, man, on your way to victory.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
Alrighty, Thomas. Well, congratulations on the win here at Kansas.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, sir.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, let's get Mr. Brooks in here scored in a second.
User was moved to your channel.
Alrighty, Mr. Brooks is Matt up in the booth. You got me?
I do, Matt.
Alright, man. Well, you had a little trouble on the restarts tonight. Yeah, but once you got behind, man, it was just so hard to get back around anybody.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting on the last lap coming to the start finish. I was going to try to slingshot either inside or out, depending on what he covered. But obviously, the caution took that out.
Yeah, very unfortunate the yellow come out that way. There kind of nothing you can do at that point.
No, it was about to get pretty crazy too, because people were all going going for one spot.
Well, what have you learned about these cars here tonight heading into next week?
That's a good question. I just got to learn how to restart because something in that gear changing is just I was not able to take the 11, and he's got something down really well. So I think I should practice that.
Alrighty, man. Well, nevertheless, you come home P2 here tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I'm happy. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations on the top three coming home P2 here tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for covering this. A lot of fun.
No problem, buddy. Have a great evening, sir.
You too.
Error. User was moved out of your channel.
Let's see if we can get Mr. Spell down here.
User was moved to your channel.
Mr. Michael Spell, you got a copy of it, buddy?
I sure do, sir.
Alrighty, man. You come home top three. I seen you trying to make some moves there late. Just ultimately, that caution kind of messed your plan up a little bit.
Yeah, it was really tough. But the bottom line was, again, the fast place to be, like I said earlier, and it was real hard to pass anybody, outside. You could get a run on them and get up next to them, but if there wasn't a hole for you to get in front of them, you couldn't get anything done. I saw Bud do it there, and I thought I'd give it a shot a few times, but just never could make it work out. But I was just hoping one of those top two would make a mistake, and they didn't.
Alrighty, well, what have you learned here about these cars heading into next week?
I tell you what, man, they're a lot of fun. They handle really well. I mean, they don't seem to give up anything on tire wear. They just, they just go right where you put it, and they're real stable. So they've been a lot of fun, and it looks like on almost every track we've been on, the bottom is the place to be.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations on P3 here tonight, man.
Thank you, sir. You have a good night.
You too, sir.
User was moved out of your
Alrighty,
channel.
guys. I'll take you through your race results, and we'll get ready to get out of here. As your broadcaster's voice is starting to go, so we'll get ready to get out of here. Alrighty, get ready for your unofficial finishing results. Alright, your winner here tonight, Mr. Thomas, leading the way. 75 laps he led here tonight, followed by Michael Spell as Dwight there in third, Mr. Brooks in second, Mike Spell there third, Dwight fourth, Harold back in fifth. That was your top 5 here this evening. Bud Steele comes home in 6th. 7th goes to Mr. Ledford. 8th to Mike. And 9th is going to go, let me get to Mr. Larry. 10th to Benjamin. That will be your top 10 finishers here this evening. Moving on to 11th on back. In P11, Charles Johnson, of course, caught up in that late race caution. Dave Lane and P12, Brent there in 13th. Timothy T. Wright, 14th. 15th goes to Douglas. And back here in the 16th position is going to be Mr. Ron. 17th to Craig. 18th to Tom. 19th goes to Rachel, who did not make the start, unfortunately, or I'm sure she would have been right up in the middle of it. And of course, 20th, not in the race here tonight, Jimmy Crow, who was your race director. Alrighty, folks. That's going to do it for the Crow's Nest F1 series here tonight from Kansas. We look forward to seeing you back here in the Crow's Nest Thursday night for the Crow's Nest IndyCar series. And also, don't forget on Extreme SMTV this week, we have the Roaring Thunder Cup series coming your way tomorrow night. Camping Universe is off on Wednesday. I'll be back here, of course, with Crow's Nest on Thursday. Coming up Friday, we'll have Slide Job on the channel, the Slide Job K&N series. And on a Saturday, I will be off, and I will be back Sunday, bright and early, 10 a.m. for Sim Racing, the Sports Car Sim Racing Association, I think is what they're renaming to. And that evening will be Sim Racing Unleashed. Alrighty, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. My throat's gone. I want to thank Maria for being in chat all night long. And we will see you on Thursday.